So in this video, let's go ahead and see what we've done so far. I'll go to the program, and if we open up our requirements, we can see that everything is now fulfilled. Now let's see how this thing works. I'll breakpoint it here and try to run it and give it a shot. Okay, cool. So let's step through this. We create the list. Imagine like we've got this from the database, and there's 3 promoters. So I'll bring this guy up so we can see what's going on, and we'll go one by one. So first one is an access promoter. Says, I share with my Instagram followers, I use Facebook ads. Cool. Another access promoter does the same thing. Then we have an Omnia one. Okay. I share with my friends, I use Google AdWords. Now, once again, you see promoter.promote. It's promoting for any promoter, just calls .promote. It doesn't know whether it's Access Club Promoter, Omnia Club Promoter, or any other type that we add in the future. Once again, remember, this is dynamic polymorphism. Same method, different behavior. Let's move on. Next thing is we go to the writers, and then there are 3 writers. So the first 2 are book writers. So it says, I write books, I write books, I write for my own blog. Cool. Once again, dynamic polymorphism. And here you can see this is encapsulation because we say .promote, but promotion has its own way of working. We don't know how it works. It just works in a way where we define it. But underneath the hood, it works in a specific way. This is abstraction through encapsulation. We're basically encapsulating details that we find would be irrelevant for the user. So we just keep going. And then we'll move to the bodybuilders. We go through this. There's only 2 types. So it's Access Club Promoter. We go through this. I say I work out at my house, and I work out at my house. Cool. Vloggers, Access Club Promoter, and book writers. See, these are totally unrelated groups, and we are combining them in the same list because of an interface. So it goes through, says I use a DSLR in order to vlog. That's for a Access Club Promoter. Then book writer says I vlog using my iPhone. Okay. So here we go, and that's the end of our program. So a pretty simple application indeed. The point of this wasn't to kind of like show you how to write complex applications. Obviously, this was a pretty simple application, but the point of this was for you to kind of challenge yourself and write an application from scratch using all of the object-oriented principles. And in here, we've used all of them. First of all, we've used all of the major tools that make up object-oriented programming, and we've also used all of the 4 main pillars. We've used inheritance. When we're inheriting, creating our hierarchies, we used polymorphism. Right here, we're using polymorphism as we're going through each type and just calling a method that behaves differently for each type that's in the list. We have used encapsulation, which defines how a promoter promotes, and we don't see and can't access it from the outside. We just call .promote, and it does its own thing. And that actually leads us into abstraction because we just say promote, but we don't know how it promotes, which is the why behind our encapsulation. The reason why we encapsulate is so that people don't know how we promote. They just know that we promote. And so once again, with all that said, this is our small application, and I hope you liked this application. I hope that you got it all right from the first go. And if you didn't, it's all good. That's how you learn. I hope you filled in any gaps. I hope you learned what you've done wrong, if you have done anything wrong. And with that said, I'll see you in the next section.